right? So if everyone's ready, then
yeah.
We have an unexpected 4-player free-for-all, right?
Yeah.
So for the record, it can also be played in teams.
Yeah, but we still have to make that. So that will be after the Kickstarter.
Right, so right now it's just every player that joins plays against one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got Dutch and Zanath on opposite sides, and Turn Left and Mr. Cookie, who just joined, are in between them. I mean, I don't know if that's going to matter, but...
Well, it is interesting that they're not neighbors, so...
Yeah.
They'll be more inclined to deal with the other players first, I guess.
Turn Left trying to occupy Zanath City, but he did think about that, or at least move his militia back to defend. He's going to occupy the other city, though. So if Zanath had not moved his militia, he could have just lost that turn, actually. Crazy.
Wait, you don't mean lose-lose, right? Because they all have 2 cities?
Yeah, but one of his cities now occupied, and this other one would also have been occupied, so he would have just lost.
Yeah.
And one thing to note in an FFA, if a player loses, they just lose control, like they stop playing. But the units in the buildings remain, so you can still.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll still fight, for instance, if you attack them, stuff like that.
But they can't be commanded anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, so you lose control, but the units stay as like idle threats.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And it also means your buildings can be taken, right? So other players can...
can scavenge the remains of your...
Yeah, they could capture it.
Oh, well.
With riflemen.
So with this many players on this, small map, I think the farms will occupy a considerable amount of the space here. Like if they each build one farm, then it's already like...
Yeah, this map is a lot... The maps, or rather the small maps don't scale. So this is small for FFA, and it's still pretty small. So that definitely changes things, because like 2 farms, it's already a large percentage of the map.
Yeah, because there are several map sizes in the game, right?
Yeah.
So if a unit is on a tile, the farm doesn't build soil there, right?
Yeah.
Did I see that correctly? Yeah.
Yeah. You cannot build on tiles which are currently occupied.
Right, which makes sense. Would be weird if someone like builds farmable soil under your feet.
Mr. Cookie did manage to or de-occupy, I guess, their city, so that's something.
Yeah, they have it in control again.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing with the militia. They're very fast and they deal like a normal amount of damage, but they're also very fragile. So like you can occupy someone's city really quickly, but then they can also retake it fairly easily. But with the rifleman, you can really capture it, and it just takes a lot more time
effort to defend it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's expensive.
It doesn't have any money at this time.
So there you saw Dutch defending his city, but destroying one of his own buildings in the process.
Again, destroying a building instead of the rifleman, which is unlucky. Yeah, this city's gonna get demolished. Wow. A third building gone.
This is very...
It's very unlucky for Dutch. Yeah.
Poor Dutch.
I mean, if he moves his rifleman there, then he will have 4 damage, which at least means that he's going to destroy the rifleman. And Dutch's tank just ignoring the rifleman that's there, because the rifleman can't kill it, so it's just going to move around.
Cookie isn't going to do anything about that tank any soon.
No, well, he could build a. Oh no, no, he doesn't.
Right. Yeah, this seems like an early end for Mr. Cookie. Oh wow, he's being So his final city is being occupied by Zanath,
Yeah,
while being destroyed by Dutch.
and he was just gonna go for that Zeppelin.
Yep.
Yeah, so Mr. Cookie has been
Man.
killed. And now actually Zanath might be the one destroying this tank. Weirdly enough. And this gives Zanath an advantage, of course. If he moves his rifleman down here, he will be able to capture the city and then just use Mr. Cookie's old base as a forward base. He'll control half the map basically.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
But maybe Dutch is moving in to do the same.
Oh, it might be. There's like a little bit of a power vacuum.
I think Turner Left is doing a very powerful play here.
Yeah, but
And
the thing is,
Yeah.
he has to divide his orders, right? So he can only give 5 new orders per turn, so he can only spend...
I think it's kind of like splitting his chances. That's how I'd see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if one of these attacks succeeds, and oh, that's too bad.
But he has less maneuverability on each attack.
that was too bad what he just did there.
Yeah, Zanath building some militia, and then because of the focus, the militia were able to attack the same turn.
Yeah.
It's very strong. Yeah, he will be able to get there 1 turn before Dutch does.
Oh, here we have the global warming.
Yeah, frostbite again.
Yeah, I mean the demise of Mr. Cookie has left behind a very, I don't know, it's made the match a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was quite early on, so now we have 2 powerful players battling over the remains, and the third player trying to capitalize on that.
Yeah. But actually overextending a bit, I think, because now suddenly...
Yeah, I think so too. If he would have... Yeah, this is too bad.
Yeah, Zanath deflected that attack very well.
I was secretly vouching for the underdog there. Yeah. I mean, you always vouch for the underdog, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
If Turn and Left could have toppled one of the 2 top players, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Turn Left does have a lot of money, though. I don't know if he has the production. I mean, he could build like 3 tanks. Just
yeah, but he's had a good economy running for like a couple of turns now. I was looking at it a couple of turns back, and he had like, when he was attacking, he also had a lot of money. So it seems like he's not... I think he'll build a lot now because he has to.
Yeah.
But it's kind of too little too late, maybe. Could have been that he didn't want to waste his orders while he was executing 2 attacks. He probably didn't want to lose orders because of building new units.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, he was kind of overextending there. I mean, he could have executed 1 attack and still made a couple of new units for his next move.
Yeah. Deciding not to build anything in his inside of his city. Which is
yeah, that's a capital mistake right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the upper city might be holding on for a few turns longer. So I don't think the triple rifleman from Zanath will be enough.
Mm-hmm. This gunner has to move back basically if it doesn't want to die to the frostbite, because the snow means that it won't be able to reach anything else basically.
So again, Dutch and Sander are fighting over like one of the other players.
Yeah.
Getting behind.
Yeah, not really.
And they're both on top of it. It's fun to see. They're doing a bit like Russia and the United States in the Second World War, like racing each other to Berlin.
Yeah. Frostbite clearing out the last of Mr. Cookie's riflemen. Dutch building a rifleman just so he can capture these industry towns, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Dutch is going pretty strong still.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that militia.
Yeah, it also seems like Zanath has kind of forgotten about his defense there.
Yeah.
Of course, he has to spread his forces over a lot of map now, because he's captured the buildings from Mr. Cookie as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of open space in the middle just for...
Yeah, but of course all of the players don't really know.
And that's true.
It's funny. And there's still one Mr. Cookie airfield there.
Yeah, maybe Zanath will use that to build a Zeppelin. That would be interesting.
So right now the airfield's only good for building Zeppelins, right?
Yeah. We will add more air units later.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so that's one building in which you can see that the game is still in progress, because obviously normally you wouldn't make a building especially to
with just
build one unit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the farms, they build militia, but they obviously also have an economic function.
Yeah, and the cities build more powerful units as well, right?
Yeah, riflemen, only riflemen.
Exactly,
but then they can also produce. Well, you need them to build barracks and industry.
Right, because barracks are adjacent to cities.
Yeah. And they also get their power from cities.
Right.
So,
yeah.
While the cities get power from green surroundings, the barracks and industry get power from the adjacent cities.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic.
Dutch deciding to surround this this gunner on the lower side of the map, that's inside the trenches, because he wants to do a focus, I think, which is interesting. He also has a sapper, of course, nearby. So.
Oof.
But Zanath saw
initiative was in the wrong hands. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so now the focus didn't really pay off.
Yeah, that's the power of having the first turn.
Yeah. He does get it with the sapper, though.
There you go.
That works too.
Dunking.
And realistically, that's the downside of trenches.
Yeah, you're a sitting duck, basically.
You're in there, yeah. Yeah, and the game doesn't even really deal extra damage to trenches with artillery, right? There's no, like, bias there.
No, it's just the same as if it were dirt, because it's like a vertical attack, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So just a bigger hit chance than regular attacks. So the trenches only help you defend against regular attacks and not against bombardments or shelling.
Oh, right. Okay, so yeah. So in a way, the Sapper does have an advantage over trench warfare.
Yeah, exactly, but only in hit chance, not in.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna see some firestorm as well.
There go the trees.
Yep. Rest in peace, nature.
Well, there are still a surprising amount of trees on the map.
Yeah, considering everything. Even the farms are mostly intact in the middle.
Yeah, the fighting has been going mostly in a square.
Yeah.
Instead of all meeting in the middle.
But yeah, now Zanath getting assaulted from both sides here. Like both cities getting just destroyed at once, basically.
Zanath is trying a power play here. Oh, he's got a lot of units there.
Yeah. The extra
This is
city
going to
helps
be...
him generate more rifleman units.
Yeah, the game definitely has a lot of like positive feedback loops.
Yeah.
Like it's a real snowball effect. Which is true for many strategy games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it helps players actually convert to win, right? So if you have an advantage and you don't screw up, you can use it to gain more advantages.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also the opposite, where you only have 5 orders every turn, so now Zanath has to spread these orders on controlling his units and building more units, basically.
Yeah, that is true.
So that allows Dutch, for instance, to punish him by bombarding his riflemen at the right time.
Yeah, so we have some negative feedback loops as well.
Yeah.
Because it should be possible to make a comeback as well if you play well.
Yeah, if you control your units better than your opponent does.
Uh-huh.
And now Zanath has a disadvantage from his many units, right? Because he has 4 different units, which are in the frostbite. So if he wants to save them, he has to move them all.
He needs to use this turn almost exclusively to...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All of his units are like, because that's the reason.
What? Is he?
Yeah, he was getting blocked by his own units.
Yeah. I think that's what we just talked about, where he's actually going to use that one as well. He's losing a lot of units this turn.
Oh yeah, and now he moves his sapper into the gas of the destroyed Zeppelin.
I think it's because he has so many orders queued up, because you can have old orders that will still be executed.
Yep.
And you can't change them except by spending another order. So I think he had some old orders that just messed him up, because he had a couple of rifleman units trying to move, not doing anything.
Yeah, he didn't have enough new orders to stop his old orders.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, this was a very costly turn for Zanath. Okay, so that's a good example of negative reinforcement, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
He almost has an army that's so big that it can't be controlled anymore.
Yeah.
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 That's definitely what we're going for. Yeah.
No, you're right.
Dutch upgrading his industry, so going for a long-term strategy here, or longer term at least.
Yeah, we might see double tanks.
Yeah.
Which will definitely help turn the tide for Dutch.
Yeah, for sure.
He has to wait 2 more nights before his industry is powered up enough to produce them.
I must say, this is getting to be more tense than I had expected this match to be.
Well, there goes turn and left's last city.
Yeah.
So it is turning to a 1v1 now.
Yeah, but I must say that turn and left put in quite the fight. Also,
yeah,
Mr. Cookie as well, of course, but I'm really surprised by how long turn and left managed to survive. Oh no.
Yeah. Focus being one turn too late again.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's losing a lot of units on the home front there. On the other hand, his home front is quite expensive already.
Firestorm poking its head around. Actually forces Zanath to move these militia units, or otherwise he'll lose them. He might sacrifice them just to kill this rifleman. I don't know.
Yeah, or he could do a focus with the single militia and then move the
yeah, for instance,
the double militia out of the way.
That could work.
That would be.
Yeah. Interesting, moving through the city into the industry via Zanath. Wonder what the idea was there. More industry being built by Dutch. Yeah, so he's gonna lose his militia.
So do you think Dutch will be going for the Zeppelin, or?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Zanath has a lot of gunners, which don't really do anything against Zeppelins, so that might work. Would that be better than tanks? I don't know. I mean, maybe.
At least just for the fun factor, right?
I mean, that's another consideration. Alright, so we're getting double Firestorm next summer. And we're also seeing a lot of deserts, a lot of Bone Drought as well. Which is going to lower the hit points of all the units and buildings. So these gunners could just tear through all of these buildings really fast.
Yeah, so in the first stages of global warming, bone drought is only on desert tiles, right? And then in this part, or yeah, then it'll also be on building tiles.
Yep.
It sounds so nasty, bone drought.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet it is, but
yeah, I'm not even sure what it is in real life.
I was just going to ask, like, you did research this, right?
I don't know. if bone drought is, if that's something we found
It's
out,
a thing,
maybe
right?
it's just something I came up with, and yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you came up with the term.
think so. Yeah. Just
Googling
because
it
it's
right
Frostbite
now?
and then Firestorm and then Bone Drought.
It sounds cool. I mean, it sounds like a thing.
It could be a real thing, right?
Well, you know,
the second thing on Google.
No, on my Google, on private browsing Google, Bone Drought in our wiki is the first hit.
Oh wow! All right, so I definitely made it up there.
That's fun. It was on my DuckDuckGo. It was the second hit, so it's a very universal thing. Right, bone dry is a thing, I guess. Yeah, like the term is bone dry.
Oh right, yeah, that's probably
But bone drought is like.
Yeah, because it has to be a noun, so.
I know. Yeah.
And then. But yeah, you can see these gunners just tearing through these city buildings as well.
Yeah, Sander definitely has a thing for language, so comes up with these new words effortlessly.
Yeah, you speak Russian as well?
No, I don't speak that much Russian. I mean, I can read Cyrillic, but
well, that much. I mean, I don't speak a word.
Well, but I wouldn't say I speak Russian. Yeah. Of course, the combination with Bone Drought and Frostbite is going to be especially deadly, which it also means it can also kill the tanks now.
Yeah, but it seems like he's got a lot of the. Oh wait, okay, so there's two effects going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Bone Drought takes place in the cities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is going to be. So at this point, the weather effects are actually kind of a balancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's still the case that that Zanath can't really maneuver his troops out of these situations, and Dutch will have less difficulty with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Still, he's doing a nice job of it, I think. I mean, he's doing what he can.
Yeah, so I think for Zanath now, it's just a question of how quickly can he finish this.
And how many points will remain once he does, because there's not much left.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if it gets to summer again, because then.
Zanath is also sitting on a lot of money, but I mean,
he
can't really afford the orders to do anything with it.
By the way, a little bridge here. That's also where the name comes from. So Epicinium means aftermath in Latin. And the game is really about what's left.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called Aftermath. Also because we studied mathematics together, but that's just a joke.
It's a good joke. So, Ik ook niet is asking in the chat, how can I tell who is winning? I can answer the question, but I bet you guys can answer it better.
I mean, in general, just who has more units, I guess. But I would say, yeah, just because yellow has a lot of cities where there's no combat going on, so.
Yeah, so players lose if they lose all their cities. And at this point, Dutch only has one city left that he can control. The other ones are destroyed or occupied. So that's how you can tell that yellow is winning.
Yeah. Yeah. this one crop's earning a little bit of income for Dutch.
Oh, wow.
He could actually, he could use this farm to get more crops here. It might be worth it if he has a spare order.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he might because he has so few units left.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a silver lining.
Yeah, it does actually build the crops there. But there's gonna be Firestorm immediately. So.
Yeah, the coin list is like their literal budget, right?
Yeah.
So in this turn, we can assume that they're spending it right now, or at least I guess Dutch is spending some of it.
Yeah.
I think Zanath probably still doesn't have the need nor the order capacity to build anything, because in an order you can either build something but also move units or attack. So
Yeah,
I think it's an easy call for Zanath.
Yeah. You only have 5 new orders per turn, so you have to spend them wisely. Like, managing of orders is even more important than managing of money, I think, in this game.
Yeah, I would say so.
But if you just look at the buildings and which colors they have, you can see that the really tall buildings, those are the cities. And Zanath has 4 right now, I think. Yeah, because he also captured one of Dutch's black cities. And Dutch only has 1 city left. So he's on the defense in the bottom left corner.
And right now we're looking at global warming
Yep.
reaching havoc on the world. The weather effects are like so much that it started to influence the length of a turn. Like,
yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually we do have a fast forward mode.
But also, I mean, it just means we're spending less time in the planning phase, right? Because we're now already halfway through. So for observers, it doesn't really matter.
Right, so they have been planning their turns for like half.
Yeah.
The counter. Okay.
Yeah, because we have full vision and they can only see.
They could just click through the effects.
Yeah. Yeah, there are less effects than we see because they cannot see the whole map. And they can also fast forward through.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. It's easy to forget that they all have fog of war while you're spectating like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dutch can actually see less and less.
Yeah.
As he's losing territory.
Yeah, so I think Dutch can't win with just 1 tank, basically. He has to destroy 3 cities, which is going to be a tough call. And we're actually reaching the final stage, so we're going to have a little bit of death popping up as well.
Death. Okay, so now random tiles are targeted with death?
Yeah.
Yep.
Iconi's asking if we can toggle the fog, but I think we can't, right?
No, we can't. Mode. That's something we want to add. Like, you can switch to player view, for instance.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
But right now, as spectators, we can just see the whole map, no fog of war.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely add that you can see what a player is seeing.
Yeah.
And then switch between them.
Yeah, well, it would be cool for like an upcoming community match to have, however we do it technically, but to spectate one player's perspective. And
yeah,
it would be really nice because I think it shows a whole other side of the game. Because now we're also, of course, missing the actual UI that the players see. Like, we're seeing the whole strategies, the actions they take against one another, but not how they really play. So I think that's both sides. We're seeing one now, and it would be cool to see the other in a later community match.
Yeah,
that's actually targeting one of Zanath's cities. So, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, the tank gets destroyed. And the trample damage from the tank also destroying a building. That's something we haven't talked about, but tanks actually deal damage as they drive to the tiles that they're driving.
Oh yeah.
And with the bone drought effect, that actually does that becomes significantly more dangerous. All right, now there's death in Dutch's last city, so that's gonna be GG. And I think Zanath's gonna get 3 points by the looks of it. 4 maybe. Oh, there's some grass here in the snow. But yeah.
Oh yeah, there's actually more grass than I thought.
Yeah.
If you look to the snow, yeah.
Oh, in the corners as well.
So this is the final turn then.
Yeah. Cheers, I got him. Actually destroying his own city with the trample. Wow. That's classy. But yeah, the tank's gonna die there. Frostbite. I think a couple of things are gonna die. 10 points actually. That's more than I thought.
10. Yeah. Oh wow, almost hit him. Little grass cells.
Alright.
Yeah, that concludes our 4th out of 3 matches.
Yeah.
For tonight. Well, this 4th one was really worth it, though.
Yeah, that was a funny game.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how the dynamic changed with the 2 new players.
So Zanath is still really dominating.
Yeah.
Because he
score-wise, yes.
He was a winner of the first tournament as well. And now keeps his winning streak.
Yeah, with all 4 matches.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, I think everyone played really well, and I really liked the underdog vibe in the last match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that concludes our community match stream. Yep. I definitely think this is worth of a successive stream.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ideas to show a different side for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Would be cool to have to follow one player in the whole struggle. Yeah, well, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
and of course for joining the match, because we've had 2 surprise contestants tonight, which I still think is a very cool thing. It's definitely it shows the spirit that we have here in the community.
Yeah.
So it's super cool that we got to experience that.
One last thing is the game's going to be on Kickstarter on November 1st. So be sure to back that. Or join our Discord or
Okay, well, thanks
later,
everyone.
Guys. Yeah. Thank you too, Thomas.
Yeah, thanks for joining this stream.